going on, everybody? It's Mr. Do It All, and this is video 5 of 5 for the day. We're finishing up with the NFC South. We're done with it. NFC West and AFC East, y'all are next, starting tomorrow. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Atlanta Falcons, a team that had it all right here, and Tom Brady took it, crumbled it, and let their dreams die. Now, let's talk about some additions they had. Maybe their biggest one is Dontari Poe, a defensive tackle from played for Kansas City the last couple years. He's going to be used to eat up offensive guards and centers with his weight, and free his linebackers to play freely and fill the gap. That might be their biggest move, honestly. Derek Coleman, a fullback. Andre Roberts, a wide receiver. They're deep at receiver. Hugh Thornton, a guard. Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford, as a Cowboy fan, he's average. He might be below average. Some of their losses, Dwight Freeney might be the biggest one, and Chris Chester maybe. Chris Chester started last year. Dwight Freeney brought veteran leadership to that defensive front to get after the quarterback. Maybe Jacob Tamme. Now, let's talk about the Falcons a little bit. They had a pretty good draft the last couple. They've had some great drafts the last couple of years. They've been able to find players that can come in and play right away. Now this year they brought in Takk McKinley from UCLA. I was pretty high on him. I thought he would be drafted by the Cowboys, honestly. As you all know, I'm a Cowboy fan, so. And I do think that the Falcons got a stud right there. They drafted Duke Riley, a linebacker out of LSU. Guard Sean Harlow, and DeMonte Casey, cornerback. Now at cornerback, they're getting Desmond Trufant back, so that's a huge help. Because some of the guys that they had played last year for them stepped up huge. Their whole defense stepped up huge, honestly. I mean, who thought that the Falcons, after Matt Ryan, who's been having some pretty average seasons the last couple of years, who thought that the Falcons were going to come out and do what they did last year? Finish 11-5, play in the Super Bowl. I mean, I didn't. I didn't. I thought the division was going to be won by, the Panthers again last year. That didn't happen. So let's go ahead and talk about their offense. Now, last year they brought in Alex Mack, a center from the Browns. And you're going to say, center, how is that going to help a team? It helped tremendously. That offensive line went from, an average offensive line to one of the top 8 offensive lines in football last year. They have a potent running attack with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Devontae Freeman is actually, they're both great receivers too. Honestly, their offense, they can sit in 22 personnel with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, Julio Jones. Who was that receiver that they had? Taylor Gabriel, and the tight end. They can sit in those personnels, 21 personnel, 12 personnel. They can sit in those personnels because Matt Ryan is a smart guy, and he has He has the best receiver in the league. No offense to Antonio Brown, but Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league. He's the best receiver in the league. He does have his little nagging injuries, but he's the best receiver in the league. Tell me somebody who's better than Julio. If you say Odell, leave. If you say Antonio Brown, leave. You say AJ Green, leave. Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league. Now jump into the defensive side of the ball. They're getting Desmond Trufant back. Huge. All they did was improve. They brought in another pass rusher to go with Vic Beasley, who had a great year last year. Their linebacking corps was led by Deion Jones. One of the best. These guys play fast, and they play freely. Plain and simple. Their coach fits the personnel to the team. That's smart. I mean, their secondary improved last year with Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen. I mean, he was a 5th-round choice, Ricardo Allen. Keanu Neal was a 1st-round pick last year. Deion Jones, they're gonna be They're going to repeat this year as division champions. Like, this team is probably one of the best teams in the NFC. Top 3. And my hierarchy in the NFC is... Do not hate me. I'm sorry. You know how this is going, right? The Cowboys, the Falcons, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Giants. Those are your 5 best teams in the NFC. In no order. Because I know y'all going to hate me for this. But those are the 5 best teams in the NFC. Right on the outside, you have... right now, you have Tampa Bay. Arizona. If Arizona can get back to how they were in 2015. You know? Washington. Tampa Bay. Those are teams that you have to watch out for. So, this is the team that I think will be in the playoffs again. And they will be talked about as probably the best record-wise, team-wise in the NFC. So, let's jump into their schedule. Schedule's a little topsy-turvy here. They do have a little bit of tougher games with their place games having to play Dallas and Seattle. They play the NFC North and the AFC East in their own division. So, let's jump into their schedule here. At Chicago, that's a W. Versus Green Bay on Sunday night, it's a toss-up. So, it's a little revenge game for Green Bay. It's in Atlanta, though. So, we'll see. Got Aaron Rodgers versus Matt Ryan. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. We'll see. And we got at Detroit, that's a W. Versus Buffalo, that's a W. Bye week. Versus Miami, that's a W. At New England, revenge game for Atlanta. Advantage New England. At the Jets, that's a W. At Carolina, that's a W. Versus Dallas, Zeke will be back by then if he's 6 games suspended. Toss-up game. Why do I say toss-up game? Those are the 2 best teams in the NFC. At Seattle, that's also a toss-up game. Because Seattle's defense is really, really good. Versus Tampa Bay, that's a W. Versus Minnesota, that's a W. Versus New Orleans, that's a W. At Tampa Bay. Monday night, I'm going to give that one to Tampa Bay. Sorry, Falcons fans. At New Orleans, that's going to be a shootout. 52-48. Book it, coach. Versus Carolina, W. 12-4, 13-3. That's it. That's 5 videos. NFC West, y'all next. I'm out. Peace.